In your 30s and 40s, how do you reboot your life? In fact, by the age of 35, most people go through a period of confusion. The reason is simple. By this age, most of the things you need to experience have already happened. Your present results are shaped by your past perceptions. If your results are not good, you will definitely feel lost. We often conflict with our past perceptions, and sometimes unexpected events completely change our beliefs. But all of this is normal. The past is the past, the present is the present, and the future is the future. Keep a positive spirit and strong faith. Human actions are guided by thoughts. The difference lies in whether the power of those thoughts is strong enough. I know your life is busy. Still, what I'm saying isn't easy to grasp, especially if you only hear it once. My advice is to watch until the end, listen repeatedly when you're free or doing chores. Share and save the playlist for convenience. I guarantee that within a few short months, your mindset will evolve to a whole new level. At the age of 30 to 40, there's no doubt. This is a crucial turning point in your life. It both inherits what has passed and opens up what's to come. If you don't start changing, the second half of your life will likely become more chaotic and difficult. After watching this content, the second half of your life will become lighter, more peaceful, and you may even achieve the tranquility of a monk. Let's begin. First, stop all meaningless mental stress, because all mental exhaustion is pointless. Besides draining your life's energy, it won't bring you any positive results. Life is a process born from facing death. The sooner you live rationally, the sooner you face reality, and the sooner good results will appear. Let go of obsessions, stop negative emotions, and seek positive thinking patterns. Calmly reflect and learn. In fact, by the age of 35, most people go through a period of confusion. The reason is simple. By this age, most of the things you need to experience have already happened. Your present results are shaped by your past perceptions. If your results are not good, you will definitely feel lost. We often conflict with our past perceptions, and sometimes unexpected events completely change our beliefs. But all of this is normal. The solution is to read books or listen to people who have achieved results, listen to their advice or guidance. Try to explore ideas that you have rejected, use objective reasoning to analyze and explore thoughts that you have overlooked. Humans are a system. Everything is driven by thought. Remember, if the results aren't good, it's because your thinking is flawed. The past is the past. The present is the present. The future is the future. Keep a positive spirit and strong faith. Human actions are guided by thoughts. Seek the difference in whether the power of those thoughts is strong enough. We don't touch wrong things, including emotions. We don't take wrong money, and we don't engage in wrong relationships. If you've made mistakes in the past, wait for the bad results to happen and end. If the mistake continues, cut it off immediately. Every result has a cause. Bad results are called bad karma. Good results are called good karma. Good and bad cannot happen at the same time. This is an objective law, no one can change it. We need to stay away from negative people and environments. Have you noticed that most of my content repeats this? Humans are products of their environment. The environment determines who you are, not the other way around. To put it simply, the environment determines your awareness, your assets, and everything about you. If you want to improve, you must change your environment, change the people you interact with, and the information you receive. This is the foundation for becoming better. What is better? Especially in making money and doing work. In reality, we don't want to admit that money can solve all problems. Everything can only be compared, there's no absolute right or wrong. Everything is constantly changing, and in this endless change, everything transforms. In other words, anxiety comes from not having enough money in your pocket. Whether you're a man or a woman, focus on your results and work. You'll realize that ordinary people are doing legitimate work, while those who don't work create anxiety and use words to prove everything. They never act, never face problems directly, and never solve problems. Learn to enjoy solitude, love solitude, and only seek solitude. Many truths are simple, but we couldn't understand them before. For example, the normal state of the world is constant change, but we always assume that change is wrong. This perception creates contradictions in our behavior, keeping us in a state of tension and confusion. Another fundamental knowledge: solitude is the most normal state. Humans are animals. Look at the natural world. Which animal thinks it's lonely? Solitude is normal. It exists like sunlight, air, and gravity. If you're still struggling with solitude, the second half of your life will surely end in loneliness and neglect, because you'll waste time chasing non-solitude, and of course, you won't focus on your work. If your work isn't good, you won't have assets. Without assets, you naturally won't solve many life problems, and your quality of life won't be high. Truly cherish time. The cost of life isn't the money you lose, but your time and thoughts. Time and thoughts are the heaviest costs. In fact, a person's life is a competition of wisdom, not other abilities. Those who can control themselves, restrain their thoughts, focus on action, can generate mental strength. In continuous focus, wisdom emerges. This is an inevitable process. Those who understand natural laws faster and see through human nature sooner have grasped the essence and can handle daily tasks at a higher level. Never seek shortcuts. Never deceive. In this world, only methodology exists, no shortcuts, and absolutely no deception. Understand that all deception will cost you dearly and make it hard to turn back. Deception shatters your awareness, leads you astray, and makes it hard to escape. It's like fog clouding your thoughts, preventing you from seeing the truth. The biggest price you pay is the time needed to turn back, causing you to miss precious opportunities. Two types of deception that easily lead to mistakes are well-intentioned lies and exaggeration. They cause far more harm, not just to others but to yourself. Focus on making money, working, and in the end, honesty is the most important. Honesty is the golden key, the ultimate tool for great benefits. Learn true silence. Others' affairs don't concern you, and your affairs don't concern others. As long as interests don't conflict, you don't need to refute anyone or prove yourself. Focus on cause and effect. Finally, grasp the law of cause and effect. All development quietly happens in silence. We should never pity ourselves but keep working hard and moving forward. Don't ask about the future. All enlightenment is the result of long-term thinking. Therefore, you need to carefully reflect on the causes of past results, analyze, and find the root problems. Remember, all problems are your own. Mistakes and choices lead to inevitable results. To find the cause, you need to think and summarize repeatedly. In this process, if you still think you're always right, there's definitely a problem somewhere. Strong people always think they might be wrong, while weak people always think they're right. Be clear about this. Success is the ability to continuously achieve results. The fundamental reason you attract others is that you can keep delivering success after success, always transmitting positive energy. That's all. So, what do you need to do? Achieve results and show results. In this process, if you fall, it's okay. Get up and keep fighting, then win again. At this point, all good things will return. As long as you're not afraid of failure, never give up, and turn small chances of success into greater ones, you'll grasp the secret of success. Practice consciously, practice repeatedly. This isn't hard. Everything requires management, and everything is cooperation. Sounds cold, right? But in reality, all human relationships are essentially about supply and demand, about cooperation. These relationships require you to invest mentally to manage them. Human nature is inherently selfish and full of desires. You need to know how to manage this. Only then can you achieve the results you desire. It's not just about trusting human nature. Remember, there are no noble or lowly people, only useful and useless people. The difference is that useful people are those whose motivations you can activate to work, not suppress their abilities. This is the right method, and you should also accept that the world is a big game. The weak think everything is unpredictable, while the strong believe everything has rules. This is a big difference in perception, insufficient effort and bad luck. In fact, we can only change our fate when facing difficulties. Effort is the limit of ordinary people, while changing fate is the way to break through. Let me explain clearly. Changing fate isn't about rushing into aimless struggles, but when you see something understandable and within your ability, fight with all your might. The fastest runner is often the one who never wears shoes. This refers to mindset, not finances. Seize opportunities, focus on goals, and control risks. All risks come from not leaving yourself an exit. Here, an exit doesn't mean a backup plan but financial surplus. In all endeavors, we need to form the habit that even if the project fails, you still have finances to recover and start over. You need to understand that the hardest part is always going from 0 to 1. Not from 1 to infinity. So, seize opportunities and have clear goals, but also be aware of limits and control. Even a penny can trouble a hero. People can be divided into 3 types. The third type, those who never think or act when they see others' mistakes. The second type, those who only act after understanding why mistakes happen. The first type, those who don't care about reasons, only see if the result is good or bad, then act immediately. Here, I advise you, it's better to be a fool who knows how to make money than a smart person who doesn't. In the end, life is just a notebook. Every page is written by you. Merit or fault, right or wrong, aren't arranged by others but are the results of decisions you made based on your understanding. It's that simple. If you've watched this far, let me give you a life lesson. What kind of person is an observer? The more foolish, the more complicated. The smarter, the simpler. Simplicity comes from intelligence. Intelligence comes from communication. Everything is fundamentally simple. Complicated people don't see the fundamentals. They only see trivial things and care about trivial things. So, they're tired, inefficient, complicated, and chaotic. When you see the river, you're outside the river. When you see the mountains, you're outside the mountains. When you can see your emotions in others, you're outside all emotions. Thus, you become an observer of yourself. The observer is the awakened one. And all observers or awakened ones aren't blind. No need to be blind. Isn't it just about money? Isn't it just about emotions? Isn't it just about benefits? Isn't it just about division? Isn't it just about responsibility? Isn't it just about right and wrong? You are an observer. Those who understand everything can't be blind. Only those who don't understand are blind. Thus, the observer is also called the awakened one. The mind of the awakened isn't affected by external circumstances. Nothing can penetrate and make them cling to something difficult. Those who are not blind do not do evil. They do not need to do evil. But those who don't understand life and death, who only see benefits, will do any evil. Their standard is the external objective world, the concept of gain and loss. When gaining something is too tempting, they can't restrain themselves and will do evil. Therefore, there is no evil that they do not do. Such people have no wisdom, no self-confidence, no enlightenment, no spiritual world. Their spiritual world is empty, their souls are empty. In fact, they have no culture, no class, no knowledge, no theory, no system, no insight, no enlightenment, no wisdom. Thus, such people become those swept away by the tide of the times. Good times, they're good, bad times, they're bad. Don't blame the environment. Don't blame the weather. Don't blame others. Think about what you've done, what thoughts you've had, what actions you've taken, what attachments you've held, etc. See what mistakes you've made. Understand and stand up, and your next life won't stumble over similar things again. Don't listen, don't look, don't believe, don't be blind, don't waste effort on unnecessary things. This is like cooking. Knowing what you don't need allows you to cook well. Ingredients need selection. The simpler the house, the fewer the items, the more peaceful your soul feels. What do people who dare to throw things away think? What's their life philosophy? It's not that items have no value, but I don't need so much clutter right now. My phone doesn't need too many people. I'm trying to simplify my life, not to be interfered with by unnecessary things. I want to live a transparent, pure, and simpler life. So, I can give up a life that's not easy to make myself peaceful. Less thinking, less disturbance. This person is great, but I don't necessarily need to have them. This product is great. I admire it, but I don't necessarily need to own it. Experience it once is enough. After experiencing, withdraw. Withdrawal means reclaiming your mind. I like this movie, but you can't say you must live in the cinema your whole life. So, in the end,